Black perspective.
Republican Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky on Monday denounced the $900 billion COVID-19 relief legislation that was later passed by the Senate as, quote, free money that will doom future generations to drown in the nation's debt. The bill was approved 92-6, with Paul joined in opposition by Republican Senators Rick Scott of Florida, Mike Lee of Utah, Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee, Ted Cruz of Texas, and Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, according to Fox News. In a floor speech on Monday, the libertarian-leaning Paul said the monstrous spending bill that we are presented with today is not just a deficits don't matter disaster, it's everything that Republicans say they don't believe in. Paul said the bill is rooted in the concepts that deficits don't matter. He said, quote, most Republicans rightly lampoon this quackery. That is, when they're not practicing the quackery themselves, end quote. He also continues, this bill is free money for everyone. Proponents don't care if you're fully employed or if you own your own house or if you own your own business. Free money for everyone, they cry, and yet, if free money were the answer, if money really grew on trees, why not give more free money? Why not give it out all of the time, Paul said. He said this in a speech laden with sarcasm, and Paul said that if the goal of the legislation was to dole out as many dollars as possible, the limits it includes should be raised. Well, why stop at $600 a person? Why not $1,000? Why not $2,000? Maybe these new free money Republicans should join Everybody Gets a Guaranteed Income Caucus. Why not $20,000 a year for everybody? Or why not $30,000 a year, he asks. If we can print money with impunity, why not do it, Paul said. The Treasury can just keep printing the money, that is, until somebody points out that the emperor has no clothes and the dollar no longer has value. Paul said the stakes of the bill's passage are great. To so-called conservatives who are quick to identify the socialism of Democrats, if you vote for this spending monstrosity, you are no better, Paul added. He continues, when you vote to pass out free money, you lose your soul and you abandon forever any semblance of moral or fiscal integrity. Paul continued to attack on the bill on Twitter. He says, great news. Congress will, in 3 years, quit sending stimulus checks to dead people. Strong work, Congress. Sarcasm intended. Until then, the dead will continue to vote and cash government checks. I wouldn't want to rush something like that. In his speech, Paul noted that the nation cannot afford to spend what he termed as, quote, tomorrow's money. Paul continues with, we are $27 trillion in debt today. How do we expect a child to have the economic opportunity when this crushing debt is their inheritance from Congress, he said. Paul later said that Americans need less government, not more, to recover. He also added, it's clear that government has worsened the economic damage and acted as the big obstacle to economic recovery, and Congress is making it worse. We are borrowing and worsening this debt crisis in part because too many governors and mayors have imposed heavy-handed restrictions that crush businesses. It isn't the pandemic that's killing the economy. It's the government's overzealous response that is killing the economy. The pandemic itself was disruptive, but Congress is being asked to help perpetrate these lockdowns, he added. Every bailout dollar printed and passed out to the governors only allows these tin-pot dictators to perpetrate the lockdowns. Really, there's nothing else for me to add to that, folks. I think he said it all. You can leave your comments down below, but it seems to me like Mr. Paul hit the nail on the proverbial head and then some. This is Felicia Lockhart, and this has been the Lockhart Perspective.
Black perspective.